These two line out, Sachs could determine the winner.
Out to the wall goes Harry Gant. Dale goes out to block. Now Gant dives underneath. He's got to get a running start at him. The slingshot pass. This is the last turn.
Watch Earnhardt's using the traffic real good, and he's got two cars in front of him. Harry and Greg both had to jump under. Ooh, Earnhardt dove to the bottom of the track.
They've got cars in front of them. It's Earnhardt, Gant, and Sachs. Dale Earnhardt opens up a quick car length, goes low, and takes the checkered flag. Dale Earnhardt wins the Goodies 300, coming back from a lap down with a masterful performance and a great job by his pit crew. Harry Gant unofficially second, followed by Greg Sachs. Jimmy Hensley will finish third. Elton Sawyer fourth, followed by young Joe Nemechek, Bobby Labonte, who faded from the lead, Ernie Irvan, Dale Jarrett, and Dana Patton.
The bottom of the racetrack seems to be working there. Last lap is underway, and the third Grand National win of his career is now in Michael Waltrip's hands. Checkers are out. Michael Waltrip wins it, and Earnhardt comes from second. Bobby Labonte will finish in third. Dale Jarrett is fourth. Kenny Wallace fifth. Chuck Brown sixth. Great finish, and Billy Engel Company for the Bahari Racing Team pull it off. Michael Waltrip victorious.
To go if Jarrett can hang on. He wants to get around this car and get down on the inside, but he didn't. He's heading too close going into the turn. And Jarrett spins around. He wanted to get to the inside of the racetrack going into the turn. He cut too close on the car number 41, and it spins him around.
Dale Jarrett and Jamie Aubie coming together on turn one. This is the back straightaway. They're showing a car that is loose down in the backstretch.
Oh, boy.
A tough break for Dale Jarrett. A couple laps to go, and he was trying everything he could to keep his car on the bottom of the racetrack and make that advantage work. And he and Jamie Aubie coming together, Dale cutting the car down, and Aubie's car coming into contact.
It's off of turn 4. Earnhardt right there to take advantage of the situation as far as Jarrett cutting the car number 41 a little close going into the turn. And Dale Earnhardt will win his second Busch Grand National race of the season.
Dale Earnhardt wins the Goodrich 200 here at the North Carolina Motor Speedway. There's Dale waving to the crowd. An outstanding job of driving by Dale Earnhardt. Let's take a look at the top 5 here in the final rundown at North Carolina Motor Speedway. Rick.
Going into 3, Eldon Sawyer will be held at bay by 2 car lengths, but slow traffic continues to haunt Houston as Eldon Sawyer's getting closer and closer. Houston coming to the checkered flag, takes it by a car length. Scott Houston and the Roses crew, they're elated. Tommy Houston has won the Miller Classic 200 here at Martinsville, Virginia. The elation of victory. As Tommy Houston makes his way down, his crew is on his way over to him.
Jarrett dipped under the Ronald Cooper car. Boy, I'm telling you, they were doing some driving, Jarrett.
Now just on the brake to keep them running. We got trouble over in turn 3. In the wall hard is the Mark Martin, car number 1. Martin's car now still coming, still running back around, and we have a yellow flag. Caution flag being shown, hard impact.
And just a couple of laps to go, so this race could end under caution, and L.D. Ottinger would win it.
Dale Jarrett had actually pulled around L.D. Ottinger when the caution came out, trying to race back to the caution flag, but it looks like Ottinger was the car back to the flag first. So this time by, L.D. Ottinger will take the checkered flag and pick up his first win of the 1990 season.
Well, he has driven a whale of a race here this afternoon, and he had his hands full this last 30 laps.
A partisan crowd on their feet here, waving to Newport, Tennessee driver L.D. Ottinger, who takes the win. L.D. Ottinger, 2-time series champion, picks up his 3rd win on Busch Series racing here over the years in front of the hometown fans. A great run for Ottinger in the Detroit Gaskets car.
Working out of the second corner, smoking it down the backstretch, looking super strong. He'll take it easy behind Tommy Ellis. He'll come off the 4th turn. Bobby Scruggs checkered flag, and Chuck Bound is your winner of the Yucca Red 200 tonight at Lanier Raceway. Bound taking the checkered flag with a lap on most of the field.
And the good battle between Bobby Hamilton and Tommy Ellis for third and fourth spot. Ellis will claim third. Kenny Wallace will pick up second spot. Wallace about half a track behind, but he did a terrific job. Fans on their feet giving Chuck Bown his due after picking up a wonderful victory tonight here at Lanier Raceway.
Years old, looking for his first win of 1990. What a job he has done today. 3 times he's had to make it up, get back into this thing after being almost counted out.
There it is.
Checkered flag is down. His 6th career win is recorded for Jimmy Hensley. His last win was in Martinsville, Virginia, back in 1988 in the Grand National ranks. Jimmy Hensley pulls it off, but the man of the hour is Dave Resendez. I guess if you were to give a Goody's Headache Award, you could give it to about 6 people today.
Gant comes with him. Last lap, midway down, half a lap to go. Dick Trickle stays first, keeps that Pontiac there. The Pontiac of Dale Jarrett tries the inside. The Buick of Harry Gant with him, driving for the finish. Jarrett down to the bottom. Here they come to the line. As they come to it, it's going to be Jarrett.
Jarrett beat him by 2 foot. What a race. What a move. Look at those guys in the pits, huh? Is that awesome?
Dale Jarrett, 33 years old, has just won his 2nd champion Spark Plug 300 with a great move in the last lap, last turn.
Well, we said he was putting it in the bank. He just made the big withdrawal and pulled it all at one time.
Battle for 5th. Cooper holding him off, but how about up front? Who's going to win it? Michael Waltrip has the advantage of half a car length. Last time, Gant will dive to the bottom of the racetrack. Final lap. White flag is being waved by Bobby Scruggs. And on the groove on the inside of the track, and Gant will go high out of turn 4. But Michael Waltrip will hold off Harry Gant to take the win. Let's see this battle back. And Houston on the inside. The battle for 4th spot. Tommy Houston, no. Ronald Cooper holds him off. And what a finish here. That's the finish for the 5th spot. Tremendous race here, and there's a celebrating crew. Ronnie Silver in the crew, the Country Time Lemonade Kool-Aid Pontiac. Michael Waltrip, well done. Michael, 27 years of age, holding off. When you held off Harry Gant here on a track of 1 mile or less, you have done a day's work.
Trying to get a dig out of the second corner to go low, but Bound all by himself down into turn 3. Here's Resendez, one final try out of the 4th corner to the checkered flag. It's Chuck Bound, your winner. Chuck Bound able to hold off Dave Resendez for the victory. Resendez grabs 2nd, a great run by Jack Ingram for 3rd spot, and unofficially a battle for 4th between Jeff Burton in the 12 and Bobby Hamilton in the 8, and we'll let you know how it all turned out as soon as we get the official results from scoring. But your winner tonight, Chuck Bound in the Nescafe Classic Pontiac, car number 63, and a great outing for the Hubert Hensley Racing crew.
What was beginning to be a long night. With 11 laps of racing left, Bobby Hamilton and Elton Sawyer battled for 2nd, but no one could catch Tommy Houston as he picked up his 3rd win of 1990.
He is one of the toughest to beat on a flat racetrack, and that's basically what you have right here. He loves Martinsville, and I'm sure he's going to love New Hampshire International Speedway.
Trouble right past the leader. Wow. One car smacks the wall at turn 2. Ellis will come around for the checker. Is he going to get it down and out of there? He does. That's Jack Sprague. Caution is out.
Again, is closing fast.
But the yellow flag is out. They're going to run back to it. It's going to be the checker. Here comes Ellis. He lifted for the car that spun, but he's going to bring it home, and Harry Gant will be right behind him. They pull back the yellow flag. It is Ellis and Gant. Chuck Bound finishing 3rd. The run to the stripe coming for 4th and looking for Morgan Shepherd. As the field slows down, Shepherd will be 4th, and Rick Mast is 5th over Mike McLaughlin. They may have to check that one to see where the pass was made.
To take, and Kyle Petty spinning sideways out of turn 4, and Chuck Bound let him know he was there. No yellow flag.
gets the car righted, and he will head back on the racetrack. White flag is waving to the field as they come by.
So Steve Grissom will get the checkered flag this time around. He knows there was trouble on the track, but he's still coming down wide open, and you can see his crew as he gets the checkered flag.
Boy, and they happy. Earnhardt just sliding by, gets by the car number 63 of Chuck Bound, and Earnhardt, a gallant effort, but that's the man that they are very proud of tonight. And the crew celebrating there at Steve third. Yes, Steve, you got to be happy after winning last week at Pulaski, and they come back for the biggest win of the year. This young man's career. Ernie Irvan pulls up alongside and waves and gives his congratulations to Steve Grissom, an impressive young man, and had a tremendous effort.
Driving the way he has all night, very smooth. Bound as the crowd now comes to its feet as he is on turn 4, and Chuck Bound, who started 5th, has won the Texas Pete Sauce's 200. L.D. Ottinger has finished 2nd as he now crosses the start-finish line. And what a night it was for Chuck Bound.
Well, absolutely. Everything worked perfectly for him all night. Early on during the race, he kind of backed off and saved the car. Along about lap 100, he went to the lead, and he was never headed after that. Nobody's car could work traffic quite as well as Chuck's could, either with new tires or without. He just simply had the class of the field tonight.
Trying to take the Raven Boats Buick to victory lane for the first time in 1990. Headed smoothly into turn 3 and 4. Some 10 car lengths over Dale Jarrett. And Rick Mast will take the win at Bristol International Raceway. Dale Jarrett finishes 2nd. Steve Grissom is 3rd. And Dave Resendez holds off the challenge of Tommy Houston to finish 4th.
Well, we expected a lot of action and excitement, and we got it, Jerry.
And now the Raven Boats crew celebrating there behind the wall. Rick Mast, one of the most likable drivers in the Busch Series, and of course is trying to make the move in the Winston Cup. Just got the Eddie Jones ride.
Had to have an anxious moment there for a little bit because those cars were side by side as they came off of turn 2 right directly ahead of him. And there's trouble down in turn 1. The yellow flag will come out. Well, let's see. No, maybe the yellow flag won't come out. The car is down off of the track, so they're continuing. I guess the yellow is coming now.
That's a Jack Sprague car number 34, and they are waving the yellow flag now here, front straightaway.
The leader has not taken the yellow. He had already gone by before the yellow flag came out, but Dale Jarrett has slowed. Now, I hope his pit crew recognizes the fact that he did not take the yellow. Harry Gant is going to be coming on fast. Jarrett coming off of turn 4. Now, he has room up in front of him there to speed back up, and now he does speed back up.
His spotter apparently telling him that Gant is on the move, and here comes Jarrett out of turn 4 to take the yellow flag, and Harry Gant is behind him about 10 car lengths. So caution flag being shown here for the 2nd time today for the spinning car of Jack Sprague up in turn 1.
His prior to going into Winston Cup competition had been on short tracks.
And the crew now jumping into Nestle's Crunch van, heading from the backstretch, and now they have finally found victory lane as Dale Jarrett will in just a moment as the checkered flag waves here in the 24th Busch Grand National Series event, and Dale Jarrett wins it here in the Gatorade 200. And Jarrett waving to the crowd. Harry Gant finishes 2nd. We'll hear from the winner when we come back after this word from our sponsors.
Now finds himself back in 3rd, fighting with young Steve Grissom for 2nd position as Rick Mast seems to be on his way.
Here comes Michael with a power move.
Tries the inside, not going to be able to make it. Had to tweak it a little, and at the line, it's Rick Mast victorious. Steve Grissom 2nd, and Michael Waltrip lines up in 3rd.
Rick Mast started 22nd. His car number is 22nd, and he finished 1st. He had the number combination today.
He must have known that lady.
Yeah, we'll have to check on that, Neil.
She's blowing bubbles well. Will
move on both of those drivers' parts to move over while they were racing position and let the front runners go by. That was great.
Harry Gant coming out of turn 4, trying to hold off the car number 22, and Gant takes the checkered flag here at Dover, Delaware. Harry Gant and the Ed Whitaker crew celebrating there in the pits. Ed Whitaker has finally gotten a victory at the Monster Mile, and there's the happy Harry Gant getting saluted with a big wave from Rick Mast. We'll talk to Harry when we come back.
ago. She was in tears, and they are waiting for this final 100-yard dash to the checkered flag, and he holds on.
Robert Presley went very high. Dale Jarrett ran into the back of him, but here's Jeff Burton winning the race. A race for second? Well, I believe Presley won.
And it's jubilation in the pits, in the Armor Meat pits in the back straightaway. Sam Ard, car owner and crew chief, and that young man, Jeff Burton, and he is excited. Is he happier while he's waving to that crew? And the fans here in the front stretch are excited too. Let's check in with Benny.
All over him on the outside. Last lap. The 15 car, Greg Sachs, has given it his very best shot. Driven a heady race. Saved it, used it, almost was wrecked out of the event. Here comes Marlin down to the line. Sterling Marlin's going to win it. Sachs is in second. Jarrett is in third. At the line, Bobby Hamilton gets fifth. Tommy Houston sixth, and Ward Burton seventh. But this guy, Sterling Marlin, just did it to the nines. We'll be back to meet the winner of the All-Pro Auto Parts 300 at the great Charlotte Motor Speedway in Victory Lane. Just a moment.
Ricky Craven in fourth. Craven is just ahead of the race leader. He'll be the final car on the lead lap unless Mass tries him here coming out of turn number 4. Labonte is closing. Labonte's got it down to 5 car lengths as Mass gets a little conservative with the 4th place car. They come off the final turn, and with a wave to the crowd, Rick Mass wins it by 6 car lengths. Let's look for that battle for third spot as it's still working its way around the racetrack. Mike McLaughlin and Ricky Craven, they are lengths apart, about 10 car lengths apart. There's Labonte coming up and giving a wave to Rick Mass. They've both had a great day here today.
Morgan Shepherd trying to take over third from Mark Martin here on this last lap.
Morgan Shepherd, Ford against Ford down in turn 3. Martin down on the bottom of the racetrack. Shepherd now on the inside groove as Martin gets in plenty of racing room. Steve Grissom will come down and win the AC Delco 200. We mentioned that Grissom lost a crew chief this week. Steve Bird moving on to the Kenny Wallace team, and Brian Frazier, his brother-in-law, became the crew chief.
Down the back straightaway for the final time. Tom Peck is there in third. Mike McLaughlin in fourth. And here comes Grissom. Caution, they race to the checkered flag. Steve Grissom will win it. And Grissom, who is sponsor hunting for 1991, ends his season in impressive fashion.
Won the last 2 races on the circuit, had 4 victories overall. I don't think he'll have too much trouble finding a sponsor for next year.
To have a super week, and of course they are celebrating on pit road. Yes, there he is. Congratulations to Richard Charles Bound Jr., alias Chuck Bound, the 1990 Busch Grand National Series champion. And yes, indeed, the high fives for the Escapade Classic crew. There's Dennis Punch, the Busch Series representative, as he unfurls the Busch side. The 1990 Series champion, the lion's share of the $100,000 postseason purse will now go to Chuck Bound.
To try to make his pass going into turn 3 if he possibly can, but look how low Schrader goes on the racetrack. He's not going to give him room to go under him, that's for sure. Looks like Sachs might have dropped back too far.
Looks like a Cale Yarborough move. He used it all kinds of racetrack, trying to break away now and bring it home. Schrader, who won the pole yesterday. It's a replay of 1989 when he won the pole and won this race. Here he comes. Checkers in the hand of Harold Kinder. Flag about to come out. And the 12th annual Busch Clash has been won by Missouri's Ken Schrader. He took all the marbles. He took every penny there was.
$45,000 in bonus money, $50,000 to win.
$95,000 total on Ken Schrader, the winner of the 12th annual Busch Clash here at the Daytona International Speedway. We'll meet the winner in a moment.
And Ricky Rudd just now coasting into the pits. So that was a big gamble for them. It cost them, because it'll put them farther back in the field as a result of him having to coast into the pits than if he had made a regular pit stop.
Down for the finale on the first 125-mile qualifier.
as Jeff Bodine, the junior Johnson car, last year with Terry Labonte, went non-stop and set a record. Here he comes, and from his viewpoint, you're going to see the checkers fly. It is Bodine, the winner. Harry Gant will come home, and we've got big trouble up in turn number 4. Crashing into the wall goes Schrader. Here's Richard Petty backing off, very carefully picking his way through.
That's Hut Strickland in car number 68.
A crash right at the finish after Bodine had crossed the line.
And here's Schrader trying to get across the line.
Bill Elliott lies second on the field. Jimmy Spencer in third. Terry Labonte up to fourth.
And of course, this would start Bill Elliott fourth in the Daytona 500. Earnhardt already had the outside pole locked up with his qualifying speed.
You know, this race is so different than the last one. Jeff Bodine didn't pass anyone and won the last one, and here Earnhardt's doing nothing but passing cars.
Great finish. Here he comes. Chevrolet is going to win the second 125-miler. It's Earnhardt to do it. Bill Elliott comes home in second spot, with third spot belonging to Jimmy Spencer at the finish line.
I wonder if he'll announce a sale day at his dealership up in North Carolina after this win.
Last time he did it, he sold a ton of cars.
If they do get side by side, it'll help Earnhardt.
This is the half a lap to go.
4-car shootout to decide it all. Dale Earnhardt.
Here comes Cope down on the inside. Earnhardt has problems.
Slopping back. Something is amiss. Here comes the field driving for the finish. And on the outside, it is car number 10, Derek Cope. Something amiss on the Earnhardt car. Coming to the line. It's Labonte pulling up, and an amazing finish. The Whitcomb Racing Team has won it.
Unbelievable.
And it looked like Earnhardt had a tire go down maybe as he went into the turn. And Nicole crying a little bit.
Derek Cope's first top 5 finish, his first victory, comes in the Daytona 500. A remarkable day of sport.
Out of the win place and show. Final lap here, the Pontiac Excitement 400. Mark Martin striving. He's been the strong car in the final day of practice yesterday. He's coming to the line. He is the strongest car of the day in the Pontiac Excitement 400. Mark Martin has won his second Winston Cup race. He brought it home. He put it to work hard when he needed to, and they are successful. The Jack Roush team takes their second career victory.
97 100ths of a second. The interval. Jack Roush is in Miami with the GTO cars in the race down there. I wonder if somebody's on the phone with him now.
Here again, just as it was for the first time last year when Rusty Wallace walked off with it. Kyle Petty now is between turns 3 and 4, playing it very conservatively, dropping the car to the low side of the racetrack. Off corner number 4, the checkered flag waves, and Kyle Petty has won the Goodrich 500 at Rockingham and picks up the $228,000 in Unocal bonus money.
What a great win. What a super win for Kyle.
A lot of other bonus money as well, as we've talked about. Felix Zabata says maybe $800-some-thousand. Let's go down to the pits and get Gary Nelson's reaction.
The final mile of 500. Earnhardt was here in Daytona. It didn't work. Will it work today? He works his way through 3 on to turn 4. The Chevrolet of Dale Earnhardt now begins to wind up for the final time. And Earnhardt picks up the checkered flag as everybody scrambles in a battle across the line to finish this race. But it's Earnhardt that makes the difference as he comes home the winner. Wow! Wow!
What a move he did make up in turns 1 and 2, didn't he, Bobby?
Boy, that was a gamble, Benny. I'm telling you, he just said to himself, hey, it's the only gamble I had. He went right for the bottom, cut across, and he just got enough help from Plawecki to get the win.
Down the backstretch, there's now just 1/2 lap to go. Mark Martin trying everything he can to pull off a victory here this afternoon, but it looks as if he's going to come up short. Here comes Dale Earnhardt down off the banking. On the main straightaway, Dale Earnhardt wins the Trans-South 500. Mark Martin finishes second, and Davey Allison finished in third
Talladega in May. Now here's Marlin getting a little bit sideways again and Rudd looking, but nope, the white flag is out. One more lap to go. Let's see what happens on the last lap. Again, it is Davey Allison.
Oh, Sterling Marlin
spins off of corner number 2. Sterling Marlin spins down the backstretch. Here comes Mark Martin trying to make a move off of corner number 4. It's a drag race.
Wow.
I don't know. A photo finish. I think Davey Allison won, but I wouldn't say for sure.
I agree. I think he had him by about 3 or 4 inches, but I mean, you know.
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Why are those guys jumping up and down, though? They don't know they won.
That had to be one of the closest, if not the closest finish in NASCAR Winston Cup history. We don't know who won. I think Davey Allison did, but it wasn't by more than 1, 2, maybe 3 inches over Mark Martin.
I think both those guys ought to go to victory lane.
Here is a replay of the finish, and look at how close it is when they cross the line. Yep, Davey, I think, got him. Here's Jerry Pudge. Body, and now has clear racetrack between himself and Bodine. There's the separation between the two. Can Brett Bodine hold on for his first Winston Cup win? Here he comes off the 4th corner. He's going to do it. Brett Bodine wins the first Union 400. Look at the crew celebrate.
This might be the happiest driver you've ever seen in your life.
I think you may be right.
These two guys have been racing for the last 30 laps.
Here's the battle. Look at this. Davey Allison and Jeff Bodine banging together coming off the 4th corner, but Bodine holds on to the position. Of last year when he won on the short track at North Wilkesboro. He's got his hand in the air waving to people even though he's not finished the race yet. Here he is off the 4th corner, and Jeff Bodine from Chemung, New York wins the Haynes Active Wear 500 at Martinsville. Junior Johnson's car brings home a victory here this afternoon.
Yeah, that's about as excited as Junior ever gets there. Too much. I think he did, because Earnhardt saw that move. Look, Earnhardt all the way down, almost in the grass. Drafted Bill Elliott just to get a little bit of help there.
Don't think Greg Sachs is going to be able to do it. He does close in just a little bit and comes within a car length.
It's a long way from the 4th turn down to the start-finish line, though.
It is a long way. Here we are. They come out of the 33 degrees of banking onto the tri-oval, banked at 18 degrees. Still, Greg Sachs runs behind Dale Earnhardt. Sachs looks to the inside. Is he going to be able to do it? He now looks to the outside. They cross the line. No, it's Dale Earnhardt winning the Winston 500, and Greg Sachs with a beautiful battle in 2nd position. And Mark Martin crossed the line just ahead of Ernie Irvan to take 3rd spot. And the Richard Childress crew celebrates on pit road, and Jerry Punch is right there.
Trickle still out in front.
Now, Trickle's going to use all the racetrack he can use. He certainly doesn't care how old or how young Moroso is. But look at Moroso coming right underneath him. That's off of turn 4, right in the same place.
Moroso moves to the inside now, challenges Trickle as they come to the white flag. They flash across the line with Moroso just a nose ahead of Trickle. Trickle now pulls ahead through turn 1 and 2 as he takes the high line. Down the backstretch for the final time. A drag race now between Moroso and Trickle. Ernie Irvan closes up right behind. Marlin rides in 4th place. Moroso pushes his nose ahead.
Unbelievable.
Well, for the last lap, that's a close one.
There's Ernie Irvan sitting right up behind him. Moroso and Trickle. Trickle comes just a bit ahead. And at the line, they're neck and neck, but it looked like Trickle to me.
Looked like Moroso to me.
Oh.
Looked like Trickle to me by 6 inches.
They think he won. That's the Trickle crew.
What a great finish. As they came to the line, Dick Trickle appeared to put just a few inches ahead of Moroso. Tell me this is an important run. Look how happy they are.
Fabulous race, Paul.
So Dick Trickle, unofficially for the moment, will move in to the Winston as the 20th qualifier. That 2-segment race.
I bet you both of them had the throttle pedals bent. Couldn't run any harder than what they were right there.
Just stabbed right down to the aluminum. The line is coming up. Trickle by what? 6 inches maybe? Get a ruler out to measure this one.
Fantastic.
terrific run for Earnhardt as Earnhardt wins the Winston. And with that victory, Earnhardt has now earned over $750,000 just this year alone.
Back straightaway.
Particularly down low, because that's where the oil was, which is where Rusty was here on the run down.
Wallace in front. Here comes Elliott. Charging. Wallace fading high. Bill Elliott down to the inside. Last lap, last turn to the side, the 600. Coming to the stripe. And for the first time in his career, Rusty Wallace has won. Rusty Wallace has won the 600. Unbeatable today. Rusty Wallace comes home champion in the Coca-Cola 600. Bill Elliott for second. Mark Martin with a valiant effort had to settle for third. We'll give you the rest in a moment, and you'll meet the champion, Rusty Wallace.
He's got some good racing room in front of him now as he's cleared that traffic, and it appears as if Derry Cope is going to win his second Winston Cup race of 1990 and the second of his career. Cope off the fourth corner. Here's the checkered flag, and Derry Cope wins the Budweiser 500. Here comes the battle now for fifth position. Sterling Marlin and Morgan Shepherd, and Marlin is going to take fifth spot, but Morgan Shepherd finishes sixth and has the Winston Cup points lead.
Wow, man. Derek Cope, Buddy Parrott, congratulations. And that's what Ken Schrader was saying to Derek. You have done one whale of a job.
They have done an outstanding job today. The driver, the crew, everybody associated with that team, bringing Derry Cope another victory. Let's go to John Kernan, who's with Buddy.
And there's trouble down in turn 11. Davey Allison and the Terry Labonte car are nose to nose.
I believe that could be, is that Labonte or, yeah, that is Labonte.
Yeah, Davey Allison spun and Terry came into the turn, just couldn't get stopped and hit Davey. Now they both get going, or at least Davey's getting going, the car number one, and Terry Labonte still sitting there.
Labonte remains in the middle of the racetrack in turn number 11.
And you know he does not want to be there.
He is right in the middle of things. Here it is once again.
Davey Allison just loses control going in.
Oh, a full course caution. This may mean the race will end under caution. This will be Rusty Wallace's 18th Winston Cup career win. And it will mean that he continues to dominate road racing in Winston Cup competition, having now won 5 races out of the last 7. Here comes the pace car.
Ricky Rudd says, I bet I can beat those guys to the line.
Rusty Wallace wins the Banquet Frozen Foods 300 under caution. Rusty Wallace from Fenton, Missouri adds another win to his resume on the road course. Mark Martin finishes second. Ricky Rudd third. Fourth would be Jeff Bodine in number 11.
Won't be long. He's hustling for home. Harry Gant in the Oldsmobile, having it all his way in the late laps here today. If you're going to get good for the last 15 laps, and that's exactly what Gant did. Bided his time early, came to life when he needed to. Fans on their feet. Harry Gant has won the Miller Genuine Draft 500 at Pocono. Rusty Wallace will finish second. Jeff Bodine is third. Brett Bodine is fourth. Davey Allison fifth. Hut Strickland sixth. Finishing seventh will be the number 18 of Greg Saxon. We've got a last lap crash. Number 66, Dick Trickle, has apparently crashed while turning for the checkered flag. It appears to be turn 3, so he did not get to the checker. Trickle, who started on the outside pole, has had a terrible afternoon. The checker and yellow will fall together, and Harry Gant will come back around to take the wave of congratulations from Rusty Wallace. A happy man, a well-deserved victory, and I guess the best race you can run at Pocono. You got
Earnhardt's car is strong coming off of the low groove, drifting up into the turn, so he'll drive her low going into turn 3.
Final turns, final lap. This is it. $680,000 at stake. The Michigan 400. Earnhardt in front with that Chevrolet. The Oldsmobile in second. 2 Fords right behind them coming to the flag. Checkers about to be extended. And this Michigan 400 belongs to Dale Earnhardt. His second win in this great event.
He's tough.
He is tough, and so is Ernie Irvan.
Ernie drove a tremendous race here today. He doesn't need to drop his head. He don't need to hang his head, Shane. He's driven a great race. His best Winston Cup finish ever.
Look at Bobby Hillin passing Dale Jarrett, and here comes Harry Gant passing Dale also.
Apparently the new tires they took on have paid off. Jarrett was running 6, now he drops back to 8.
Earnhardt moves safely through that area that he had the problem in during the Daytona 500. He appears to be on his way to victory for the first time in his career at Daytona. Earnhardt brings it down through the tri-oval. There's the checkered flag, and Dale Earnhardt wins the Pepsi 400.
Alan Kulwicki is second. Ken Schrader third, Terry Labonte fourth, and Sterling Marlin fifth.
And there's the Richard Childress crew celebrating Earnhardt's first win at the World Center of Racing. Earnhardt has captured the Pepsi 400.
So I guess this is Richard Childress as a car owner. This is his first victory at Daytona as well.
Himself in the runner-up spot. There is Gant, out of fuel off the second corner, and everybody else passing him by. It appears to be in good shape, however, for Jeff Bodine as he remains on the throttle, and the car appears to have enough gas that carries him to the checkered flag. Here he comes off corner number 3. He indeed will win the AC Spark Plug 500. Jeff Bodine wins. Bill Elliott is second. Rusty Wallace third, followed by Dale Earnhardt and Davey Allison. How about this? The gamble works.
He'll have to do it better than he's doing it right now if he's going to pass Earnhardt before he gets back to the start-finish line.
Trims the car length. Elliott's foot absolutely quivering now on the foot on the gas pedal. I think he's pressing it just like he is. Gets another half car length. Falls back half a car length. Out of 4. Here they come for the finish. This is it. To the side.
Yellow flag is out along with the checkered flag about to come out.
Racing to the line. Checkers about to be unfurled. As they come down through, dropping through, it'll be car number 3. Earnhardt has done it again. The first 3-time winner of the Die Hard 500, and he wins the bonus. He's the 3rd man in history to sit on the pole and drive home for the checkers.
Fighting for position, and the 94 of Sterling Marlin also fighting for position. Oh, and we have a spin. There's Herb here and Bill Elliott. Elliott tags the wall. A lot of cars involved in an incident in turn number 1 on the last lap. Bill Elliott is included, so is Herb Hare, but everybody running toward the front of the field makes it through okay.
And Ricky Rudd with a good lead, Bob, as he comes into turn 5, driving very smoothly through here, on his way to victory. The caution flag is out, but these fellows are racing back to the line. The caution flag doesn't mean anything if Jeff Bodine can beat him back, or Brett can beat Jeff. It doesn't mean a thing. Let's see. Jeff is falling back, but Brett is close enough on his older brother.
And here comes Ricky Rudd off of corner number 7. About to take the checkered flag and win the Budweiser at the Glen. And here is the battle for second position. There is the checkered and yellow waving simultaneously. Here come the Bodines off corner number 7, and Jeff finishes in second position. Brett right alongside him is in 3rd, and Michael Waltrip, I believe, got 4th spot.
It was pretty close with Bobby Hillin. Both of those, all 4 of those cars came off turn 7 side by side.
Indicating 1 more lap to go. Here it is. Mark Martin gets the white flag. 1 more tour. Oh, and Kyle Petty is spinning. And Jimmy Means stops behind him, and the yellow flag is out. This race is going to end under caution. But the leader did not take the caution flag, so it will be a dash to the finish line. There is Martin holding the advantage down the backstretch. He heads for turn number 3.
That's why spotters are so important, because there is someone up high, visibility all the way around the racetrack, telling Mark Martin the track is clear. Come on.
And there's the second place car on the right side of your screen. That's Greg Sachs. But here comes Mark Martin through the tri-oval. Mark Martin wins the Champion Sparkplug 400, the second Winston Cup victory of his career. Look at this battle. Wallace, Elliott, and Rudd in that order. And then comes Davey Allison. Greg Sachs was second, but then Rusty Wallace finished third, followed by Elliott, Rudd, Davey Allison, Jeff Bodine, and Dale Earnhardt. Let's defending Winston Cup champion Rusty Wallace, who won his first race here at Bristol. Ernie Irvan, it appears, is going to. Here he is off the fourth corner. Yes, Ernie Irvan wins the Busch 500.
Oh, look at this. Look at this group.
The Kodak Morgan McClure team.
Oh, man. Are those guys happy?
And Ernie Irvan from Modesto, California, has finally done it. He has come close this year. He has run so well since taking over this ride. And now it pays off with his first Winston Cup victory.
Look tiptoe through 3 and 4.
Looking to become the second, win this race for the second consecutive year. He is in turn number 4 now. Dale Earnhardt brings the car off the banking. Here's the checkered flag, and Dale Earnhardt wins the Southern 500 for 1990. And the Richard Childress Kurt Children crew celebrate on pit road as they have chalked up their third Southern 500 victory. Ernie Irvan finishes second, and John Kernan is with Richard Childress.
This is to decide it all. Earnhardt in the number 3, going into turn number 3. Down for the finish. Mark Martin in that second spot on the bottom of the racetrack. They are across the line, and the checker falls, and it's win number 8 of 1990 for Dale Earnhardt. Checkers wide, and Earnhardt's pulled ever closer to Mark Martin. Not by that much. Very slim as he gets down here at the end of this one and picks up the win for his second in the Richmond 400. And up congratulating him is Mark Martin as they come to the line. We'll be back with more from Richmond in a moment.
Pretty good for him right now. He heads for turn number 3. The car still appears to be under power.
He's got to get the turn 4, though, Bobby. He'll have to get the 4 to be sure.
Here he is, off of turn number 4. The crowd goes wild. Bill Elliott does it. He wins his first race of the year. Martin is second, and Dale Earnhardt finishes in third position. The Elliott crew, and there are Neal and Roush writing down their final calculations. They end up in second position. Let's go to Jerry, who's with Mike B. As Mark Martin is holding off Brett Bodine at the moment, this will be the third win of 1994, Jeff Bodine. Here he comes off of corner number 4. The white flag is awaiting him, and he takes the checkered flag for the third win of the year for Jeff Bodine, and his second here at Martinsville. There's the battle for third. That's won by Mark Martin. Brett Bodine finishes 4th. Let's go to John Kernan, who's with Junior Johnson. Laps ago, and now Mark Martin has less than a lap to go before he can claim victory here at North Wilkesboro. He brings the Folgers Ford off the 4th corner, and Mark Martin wins the Tyson Holly Farms 400. The Jack Roush crew celebrate, and well they should. They have done their job. They have put their driver in the winner's circle here this afternoon. Mark Martin maintains his points lead in Winston Cup competition, winning this race here today.
Indeed. Raymond Fox, who built so many great engines over the years for so many great teams, and was lost the week of the Die Hard 500 down at Talladega this year. Down to the line, last lap, checkered flag, getting ready to fall on Davey Allison, waving as he crosses the stripe. And the Robert Yates team with Davey Allison, the Alabama gang. And look at this battle coming to the line. 7 and 5 for fifth spot. Wheel to wheel to the stripe.
They touch. Quickie. That's about as close as we can get that one for you.
Fifth place to Alan Kowicki. Sixth to Ricky Rudd as they duel right to the line. Morgan Shepherd gets second. So Ford gets first and second. Michael Waltrip with a dandy day has third. Kyle Petty fourth. Alan Kowicki, as you saw, in fifth. Derek Hope on seventh. And Brett Bodine in eighth.
25 are battling for third spot. Harry Gant has third right now. Oh, and a spin in turn 4 involving Darrell Waltrip. The yellow flag comes out.
So now it's a race back to the line. Let's see who's going to win it.
This could be the race. Kowicki comes through turn number 4. Elliott is closing in on him. Here they come down through the tri-oval. And Kowicki wins the race to the caution flag with 2 laps to go.
And Harry Gant's going to win the third place race over Ken Schrader.
Because of a spin involving Darrell Waltrip, and the winner of the race, his second victory of his career, is Alan Kowicki. Bill Elliott finishes second. Harry Gant finishes third.
3/4 of a mile. Where is Mark Martin? There's Earnhardt. Martin, well, there he is, trying to hold on. He's still being shown in the 9th spot. Not quite going to do it as he's trying to catch Ernie Irvin.
Terry Labonte blew an engine across the start-finish line as he got the white flag.
And Dale Earnhardt will come out of turn 4 and take the checkered flag to win the Checker 500. Earnhardt's Goodrich crew celebrating. There's Richard Childress.
Mark Martin crashes down in turn 1. But they had got their checkered flag already, and he ran down there, and there was nothing but smoke.
Cup competition here at Atlanta in March, and it's Charlotte in the second race. Dale Earnhardt from Kannapolis, North Carolina, and the Richard Childress crew are about to win the Winston Cup Championship and all the prestige and the $1 million that goes with it. Here's the checkered flag. Morgan Shepherd wins. Jeff Bodine crosses in second. Dale Earnhardt finishes third and wins the Winston Cup. He becomes only the second driver to win the championship more than 3 times. And Mark Martin is going to finish this race in 5th position.